Hello again. So right now I'm a little bit tipsy, but I'm just standing out here in front of my house thinking and drinking. In fact, I know you can't see it through the cozy, but I'm drinking a California classic, a Sierra Nevada. Thank you, Sierra Nevada. Anyhow, back to the topic at hand. As you all know, I'm recently unemployed. Let me correct that. I have been recently made available for dynamic employment opportunities, and I am very much looking forward to them. Now, having said that, my train of thought tonight is geared towards what kind of opportunities? What do I want to do really when I think about it? What is it I really want to make my life about? I think that's an important question that not enough people ask themselves these days. Now, granted, yes, I am on 5 beers, and so if I slur or if I lose my train of thought or if I fumble on this video in any way, please forgive me, but I'm sure you can understand. Now, since I have the opportunity to make this video, I might as well just come right out with it. I'm thinking about creating a program of some sort. Now, I have no idea how it's going to be funded, but what just occurred to me is that if I can create a program of substance, whether it's lectures, classes, whatever the substance is, and who I can get involved, if the program has merit, and if it has an element in it that people are willing to pay for, then the question of how will I get it funded is kind of secondary at that point. Wouldn't you agree? I could address that later. But what I want to do is create something of substance. Now, this isn't necessarily a plea for ideas. This is more like an expression of what's to come and the big question mark behind it. And, you know, for me in my life, whether you're interested or not, it doesn't matter. And if you're watching still, I appreciate that. But the question I have to ask myself at this point is, what do I want my life to be about? I'm 44 years old. I've been around the block a time or two, and I need to figure it out. Now, I've asked this question throughout the last couple of decades, obviously. There's no good answers out there. There's no good answers. It's boiling down for me to how I want to behave, how I want to interact with people, and how conscious I want to be of myself, how self-aware I want to be. And that's basically it. Now, obviously, I want to contribute. I want to do something productive, constructive. You know, yes, I could just stop by the next group of guys I see clearing trees and be like, hey, hi, you know, nice to meet you. Just beg a moment of your time. I'm willing to learn and I'm willing to work hard. Can you use somebody like me? That's how I've gotten 90% of the jobs in my life, is walking up and saying, hi, I'm Sam. How are you doing today? Well, it doesn't work that way anymore, obviously. We have the internet, we have technology, we have these limitless areas that we can get into socially. You know, these social mores or what have you, these different ideas. You know, there's diversity constantly pounded down our throats, and I hate that. Not that I hate diversity, it's just that there's 3 types of diversity, and which one are you talking about? The only type of diversity that people seem to be aware of is the diversity of skin color. Well, what does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. The other type of diversity that people, demand is diversity of the multiculturalism. Now, obviously, that doesn't work. If you explore both of those ideas, I guarantee you, if you have any amount of critical thinking, you will understand why those don't work. Now, with the same fervor and the same intent, there's another category of diversity that nobody wants to pay attention to, it seems. And that's the diversity of ideas. Yes. Now, speaking of the diversity of ideas, Muhammad. Yeah, he had diversity of ideas. His kind of diversity of ideas looked like marching into a camp of people that worshipped someone other than Allah, capturing their male inhabitants and beheading them in front of their wives and their children and their families, and saying, hey, to all the neighboring tribes and villages, if you want to submit to Islam, be my guest. You won't lose your head. That's my idea, Muhammad was saying. Well, guess what? He was immensely successful. Immensely successful. If you learn the history of Muhammad, you will see one hell of a guy. Not a guy you want to emulate. Not a guy you want to pursue. Not a guy that you want paying any amount of attention to you whatsoever. But if you look at the methods that he used, you'll see that they were effective. Now, specifically, I'm talking about his methods of violence. I don't want to do that. I want to engage in the diversity of ideas and have that be effective for earning me an income. And I don't want you to tell me, well, Seamus, nobody's going to pay you for your opinion. You think I don't know that? Well, just because you said it, I'm going to prove you wrong.